Cannabis is spiritual. I never talk about it on this channel because I'm presenting the science side of this stuff, but this fact is very close to my heart, and it's Friday, so let's talk about the history of this a little bit. I'm Lex Pelger. I do Canna education for CV Sciences, the makers of Plus CBD, and I appreciate this company is cool with me sharing about everything about this plant, not just the dietary supplement medical usage. What's fascinating about the spiritual history of cannabis is that the beginnings are completely unknown. We know that it was being used in China probably 10,000 years ago, but the records of it being used by the Taoists isn't more than a couple of thousand years old. One of the first, most famous reports of all time is from Herodotus, the father of history, whose book is right here because it's wonderful, and I always make videos about it on my private account. And he talks about the Scythians using cannabis for their funeral rites. When somebody dies, they take big bushels of hemp and they throw it on the fires and they dance around it. And that's enough, obviously, to cause quite a psychoactive effect, and that's how they would mourn people passing into the afterlife. Then you have the Egyptian uses. The Egyptians were the pharmacists of the ancient world, but it seemed like they were also probably using cannabis as a way to access the other worlds. But really, the most important story is in India. India has the longest unbroken tradition of spiritual cannabis use in the world. And when you talk about the different types of cannabis out there, the narrow leaf drug type of cannabis that's so helpful for making hashish and things like that, that is from around India and Afghanistan. And so you have festivals to Shiva where basically the entire country is getting stoned, usually in the form of something called bhang, which is Bhang, and it is a liquid, kind of milky thing where you soak the cannabis in it. And drinking cannabis is one of the strongest ways to get high because, as you know, you take an edible, your liver converts it to delta 11 THC, which is 5 to 7 times more psychoactive. And so all of these people are drinking this and getting really next level high. The last one I'll talk about is in the Hebrew Bible. If cannabism really is cannabis, which is becoming more and more clear that's true, then the prescription for becoming a priest or a king was to soak a pound of weed in a gallon of olive oil, then cover yourself in that olive oil. And with the ability of cannabinoids to soak through your skin, that is probably a psychedelic level anointing that you get before you get to lead your people. So there's a little bit on the history of cannabis spirituality. Let me know if you have more questions.